Okay, well, I'm coming to you today from an undisclosed location. That's my business, not yours. That's why it's undisclosed. I've kept my mouth shut all week long, and I can't keep it shut anymore because I read something earlier today in the news headlines that boiled my blood. And I've heard it puked up all week since these poor children were cut down early. 2 of them dead and multiple wounded in Minnesota. And once again, people come out of the cracks talking about what we need to do to stop this type of thing from happening in our society. We need to ban this and ban that. That'll fix everything. All we have to do is get rid of them evil guns and everything else will fix itself. What was it Merle Haggard said? We'll all be drinking that free bubble up and eating that rainbow stew. Yeah, well, hogwash. I brought a guest with me today to prove the fact that guns don't kill people. Idiots do. Insane people. People with gender dysphoria. People with mental health issues. Psychotic personalities with severe psychiatric problems. That's what kills people. Everything that they're wanting to ban is simply a tool that is being grossly misused by those with mental problems. My guest, oh yeah, there he is. Oh my goodness gracious, no way. Am I crazy? Heavy target barrel, tactical parts, telescopic sights, a collapsible stock, and a high capacity magazine, and I'll guarantee you he'll stand right there and not hurt a living soul because it's an inanimate object, no different than this rock. Cain killed Abel with a rock. Nobody was banning rocks. So, they banned guns in Australia. They banned guns in England. What happened? Knife attacks. Hammer attacks. They're all tools. Properly used, they build communities, societies, empires. Nobody's going to ban a pipe wrench because your plumber flooded your house on purpose. That idiot did it out of incompetence and ignorance, right? If you ban one thing, they find another. Nobody, and I mean nobody, can say that when the tragedy in 9/11 happened, oh, we need to ban airplanes. No, the airplane didn't commit the atrocity. What did? The evil SOB that hijacked it. It wasn't the plane's fault. When somebody passes away tragically at the hands of a drunk driver, they're not out on the streets beating their war drums wanting to ban cars or pickup trucks or semis. Drinking and driving is illegal. You know it's illegal. Everybody does. But they do it anyway because why? Because they're idiots. That's why. I'm so sick of hearing this. Let's ban idiots. Let's remove not the tools from our society, not the same tools that set this country apart and made it the supposedly free nation. Oh no, it wasn't AR-15 in 1776. But it was still firearms nonetheless. What is it that keeps your family safe when the cops don't show up on time? If you don't have one, you're going to find out. There's no way. Look at the Swiss model. Switzerland's got it going on. You know why? Because their people are their army. They're people. They are responsible for their own well-being. I don't know what the mental defect rate in Switzerland is, but I ain't heard a lot about school shootings in Switzerland. You know why? Because everybody and their brother is ready to take on issues, problematic things that happen in their society or threaten their society. No, we got to ban it. Let's ban it all. If somebody broke into a daycare and suffocated little kids with a bread bag, they'd want to outlaw bread bags. You're going to buy your bread in a box because some idiot wants to outlaw a plastic bag. They're going to find a way. They don't care what it is. If they want to hurt somebody, they're going to hurt somebody. They'll use a wrench, a hammer, a 2x4, a machete. Same thing that's happening in all these nations I mentioned earlier, them two and some others as well. Everybody wants to have the best of the best of the best. All these people on the left, you think they're wearing glass diamonds? No, they're wearing the real McCoy. You think they're riding around in a Volkswagen with a Mercedes emblem glued on the grill? No. They want the best that they can get for their money to flaunt. So, in that regard, no self-respecting NFL player is going to go out on national television wearing a pair of the old 70s three-stripe Buddy tennis shoes from the Kmart. No, they're going to have them $300 or $400 rascals that's got their name stamped on them. Why? Because they're important and they deserve the best. They deserve the best of everything. The best food to dine on, the best vehicles to drive, the finest jet to fly around on, and they throw their money at it, or somebody else's money that's financing their activities, their sponsors or whoever, and they have to have the best of the best of the best. Well, excuse me, but if I want to have quality things too, whatever they may be, that's my business. That's your business if you agree. The rest of them can go pound sand. If I have to have a particular tool to keep my family safe, to keep my kids safe, to keep my grandchildren safe in this evil world we're living in, what I read tonight on the news was a gentleman in Tennessee, state just south of me, and he made the comment that he was a minister and he knew for a fact that people asking for thoughts and prayers after a tragedy like we had last week in Minnesota was theological malpractice. That it's a form of idolatry. That the American gun owner puts the gun makers on a pedestal and supports them and fights for them, even though all these innocent lives have been lost to firearms. He's an idiot too. You claim to be a minister and that prayers for victims of evil equals theological malpractice. Yeah, you're an idiot. Plain and simple. What are all these left-wing politicians going to do if they were actually able to ban everything that they say will fix our society? Who's going to protect them? What are the security teams going to carry? Hammers? Long sticks? Signs that say, hey, don't come hurt this person, they're more important than you. Maybe we all need to practice Kamala Harris's ideology on the matter, like she done with the illegals coming across the border. We'll just put a sign in our front yard that says, don't come. Don't come here looking to do harm to anybody because we say so. The young man that I referenced a while ago in Tennessee, he's a state representative, His name's Justin Jones if you want to go look him up. I wouldn't waste the time because he's an idiot. But if he was a minister, he would know his scripture, you would think. And he would know that in the Gospel of Luke, chapter 22, verse 36, that Jesus himself, in red letters, told his disciples, if you don't have a sword, take your cloak and likewise your purse and go and get one. He didn't say, oh, wait, we need to ban those because they can hurt people. They can also protect. Just like hammers can break windows, but they can build homes, really fine homes. Some are simple, some are luxurious. But a hammer can both build and destroy. It depends on how you use it, right? I'm telling y'all something you already know. Wait, let's check, make sure. Oh no, you haven't went anywhere and hurt anybody. You're still right there, right where I left you, because you're not under the control of an idiot. Okay. Just checking. You know what they say. I mean, if we want to fix what's wrong with our society, we start here. We enforce laws that we have. Not common sense gun control, common sense, period. If we have laws on the books that make things illegal, like murder, rape, arson, burglary, enforce those laws. If you start banning everything that hurts people, you know, if you take a person that's, and I hate to use the term, if you have a person that's morbidly obese by medical standards, or forget medical standards because most of them are idiots too these days. Remember COVID? All right then. You take somebody that weighs 400 or 500 pounds and they're out there, they get famous on TV by being morbidly obese. Is anybody banning Big Macs or hot fudge sundaes or spoons or forks or plates? I ain't heard anything about anybody banning groceries or eating utensils because somebody died from being overweight. Every day, I carry a firearm. I'm not alone in that. I don't carry it for my job as law enforcement because I am not law enforcement. I carry it because it protects me and mine. Not once has my sidearm jumped off my body and run down the street or the sidewalk carrying out carnage, because it can't. It's an inanimate object. Same as that. They don't do it. Ban the idiots that pick them up and wrongfully use them. Ban doctors from prescribing medications that help people believe there's something they're not. Ban the ability of a parent or guardian to provide gender-affirming care, which is against the laws of not only God but nature. Let's ban stupidity and ignorance. If you ban everything else, that's all you have left is stupidity and ignorance. The things that you are refusing to acknowledge are the root of the problem. I don't care if anybody finds this offensive. I don't care if this hurts anybody's feelings. What I do care about is watching my children and grandchildren grow up in a world that is sane, that is safe, where they can live as the Lord intended for them to, without worrying about some idiot picking up a tool or using their hands or their own body as a tool to bring them grievous bodily harm or injury. If the person is willing to do that, they are the problem. If they were killing people by strangulation, then let's ban those people. Get rid of them. enforce the laws we already have and leave the rest of the things in the world alone.